Hi folks, I'm Vincent. Today we're going to play Kenshi, a game by Luffy Games, and it's been quite a while since I spoke about Kenshi, so what I would like to do today is to remind how the game plays and what it is about, because there is a very interesting thrill in being in a world which is not going to make you a hero. It's going to make you begin as a kind of the weakest member of the food chain. You are going to be threatened by pretty much anything, and what is wonderful is that with time you will just begin to be something else, and this is what I'm going to do when I'm going to load another game which is going to be much more advanced. So let's just make a new game, and we can begin with different kind of setup. You can just begin as a wanderer with a bit of money and just alone. You can begin as a team with a bit of money and many as guy. We've got 5 like-minded people. They're not going to be very good with fighting, but they will begin with a good supply to build stuff. Like, I don't know, the beginning was down. You can go with a retired captain, which is going to be a lot tougher. He's going to be able to fight, but he will have a very bad reputation with an empire, which is going to try to kill you sometime if you are just crossing their troops. And then we've got the wandering trader, which is going to be a lot more focused on trading. The holy sword. So there is quite a lot of beginning. Well, I'm not going to go through all of these. So this one is the hardest. You are going to begin with nothing, but we are going to begin with... Oh, there is quite a lot of new ones. Okay, what is the ninja about? A slave camp. After this one seems to be a bit hard, so you know what, we are going to go with retiring captain here, which is going to give us an edge against the opponent. And as you can see, there is also a little bit of option you can deal with. If the game is too hard, you can just tweak a bit these things. So let's just begin like that. And here we go. This is our little guy. We are actually in the world as we are customizing him. And oh, this is new, so we are now able to just take a look like that. So you can pretty much modify everything. You can see there is a few sliders for the body, kind of a lot, and they are actually really modifying your guy. If you just go, you can just choose a stance is going to be idling. You can choose the age and stuff. You can choose the frame if you want him to be broad or skinny. You can choose the posture if you want him to be just a bit, you know, monk-like, or just tall and strong like that, with a chest like that. Oh yeah, I'm just going to go for a middle ground here. You can choose how the shoulders are going to be, and there is plenty of little details which are going to make you take a bit of time to create this guy, even though you are not going to be seeing him from so close all the time. But you can really choose how your character is going to be. And maybe, you know, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, because I could really spend a lot of time on this one. And I'm going to go with a regular guy here. Let's just... He's not going to be very strong, because we are not going to be. Okay, let's say I'm just going to shrink a bit the end, and we'll be good to go. Alright. So let's go with the face a bit. We've got a few things. We can change races. There is, I think, 2 races in the game, and I can do that here. Alright, so you can go with these bone people, and okay, we do have these 2 races for now, but we will have other ones. I think I've been spotting some kind of bugs, like, you know, coming from Ivan stuff, which are interesting, very interesting. And let's see, I've got different... Oh, we're going to go for one of these. It's going to be... Alright, let's go with this one here, and let's choose a few things. We can also go with different kind of airs, but don't worry about this. You can change pretty much everything in the game. There is a surgeon which is going to allow you to modify all these. Even if you are just making a mistake here, it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's just... And you can go with male or female if you want. Okay, so let's confirm, and here we are. We're in the desert. It's not going to be that all the time, because as the game expands, it's still an early access. We are going to get more biomes, but I'm really fond of the desert, so I hope there will be a huge desert biome which will be still there, but we'll see. Anyway, so this is a little town. We can just find shops. There is guards around here which are going to protect the city from enemies, and there is a lot of enemies. You can just find bandits in the sand dunes, or ninja which are going to try to kill you, or animals. There is plenty of dangers. You will just be able to die a lot. And there is quite a lot of RPG element. You can probably already see on this little UI. The UI has been changed. I'm not going to say recently, but maybe a bit. And we've got plenty of new stuff, plus the color are allowing you to see a lot better. And as you can see, we get plenty of little stats which are going to be very important in our fightings and in our wandering, because we've got also run, speed and stealth and stuff like that. And if we just check the stats, you can see you are going to upgrade your skills by using stuff like, you know, katanas, sabers, axes, and these are very big swords, heavy weapons and stuff. If I remember right, what is it? Axe bladed weapon. Yes, these are the one I was thinking about. Then we've got different kind of attacks. You get arrow defense, but I don't think there is still any. Yes, there is crossbow, but we won't see any bow yet. We've got stealth and chivalry skills, bluffing, assassination, and all this stuff, which are pretty cool. I think a few of these are not yet in the game, but they are already planned, so they are already in there. Like climbing, I'm pretty sure climbing is not in the game, and robotic either is not in the game. So you see, and all these skills are going to be, and because there is also crafting, so you'll be able to craft your weapons, your armor, your shirt, even everything is craftable. So when you've got your town, you will be able to do that if you decide to have a town, or you can just mug merchant or attack bandits and stuff and recover stuff. Okay, so plenty of possibilities here. So let's take a look. I've got an inventory here. You can have 2 weapons on you, and you can also have a bag. We've got a shirt slot, a pant slot, a boot slot, an hat and armor slot. So this armor is going to go over this thing. You don't need to remove this, so it's pretty good. Oh, and these guys, this is not yet in the game, I think, but oh, maybe they are going to recognize your outfit if you are wearing. Let's say if I was to kill a samurai, which I will never be able to do right now, maybe I could just wear his outfit and I will be considered as one of them, unless I'm being recognized. I don't know. Anyway, so let's go around. I'm just going to show you a few shops, and then we'll go for not a fighting, but we'll try to do the first thing to do when you are going to begin the game, which is kind of salvaging enemies in combat with other guys, which are not going. You don't want to be involved in combat. So we've got traders which are going to sell us a lot of things. So this one is going to sell arts, and as you can see, there is plenty of different arts which are going to be useful when you can buy these. And the little thing here you are seeing are blueprints. So this thing are going to teach you how to make stuff, and it's going to be important because you cannot find all the blueprints in the same location, so you'll need to explore to find them all. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Speaking about the blueprints, I'm going to show you the research panel as well. So let's get out of here. I'm going to aim for the tavern. You can recruit guys also. And let's take a look at the tech panel here. So in this panel, you are going to be able to see all the texts you are going to be able to research. And to research these texts, you will need to have a research bench, which will probably be in your town, or you can just also buy buildings. So if you are to buy something in this city, you will be able to maybe put a research bench and do research on these. And you can unlock plenty of techs. You can unlock electric stacks, so you can unlock farming stuff, smithing, turrets with the defense and walls, and there is plenty of things you can do, as you can see. things to train if you want to train your chivalry abilities, or maybe your combat skills. If you manage to make dummies, you can just fight on these for quite a lot of time and train your skills. Okay, then we are just going to go. So we are in the tavern, and if you are familiar with the game, you can see there is a lot more people. There is a thief here, another thief, a ninja, another thief. Come on, this tavern is not very... and I believe we can talk to these guys, and they are probably going to sell us a few things. Oh, look at that. We can see that these guys are kind of a lie. They are guards. So we are in front of the plastic surgeon, the one which is going to allow us against... I will need to pay a bit of money to be able to change my appearance here, but here it is. There is one of these guys in each tavern, so it will be easy to find. And let's talk to... oh, look at that. There is Mew from the Adventure Guild here. Let's talk to him, if I can. Here we go. So I can maybe recruit this guy. I don't know how much money I've got, but let's say I want him to join us. And unfortunately I do not have the money, but if I add, he will just join my team, and I will be able to customize him, I will be able to train him, I will be able to control him as I'm controlling my guy. So, let's get out of here. And as we are going to advance, I'm going to show you a few more things. So we've seen most of the things. I did not show you the map. So here are the new thing as well. So the town which are in red are going to be town which are going to be killing you on sight, and the green one are allied to you, and these are neutral. And the red one here, the little things, are cannibal village, which are going to capture you, put you in cage, and maybe eat you if you're not lucky. Then we've got a few maybe bandit camp here. No, it's a temple outpost. Okay, so these guys are from the Holy Empire, and they want to kill me badly. Alright, and in the last update we've been having a few new things. So first, there is a lot less cannibals in these camps, and also enemies are going to come from their own city, their home city. So if you wipe a town, there is going to be less of the faction of this town. So it's a lot more logical here. You will be able to actually prevent enemy from being too easily attacking your base or stuff if you just, I don't know, wipe the town which is next to your town, which is dangerous. You'd see things like that. Okay, then we've got the faction here. You can see there is quite a lot of factions here, and again you see the green things, kind of green, are going to tell you these guys are friendly and these guys are not. Alright, and this thing is going to be useful to manage your soldier, because you can have a lot of squads and you can have a lot of guys in there. So each squad is going to be 10 guys, and you can have up to 30 squads. So we can pretty much manage a lot of people. And let's get out of here. Okay, so let's go and see a bit of actual fighting. Okay, so this guy is not so bad to begin with, but is still very weak. So I cannot hope to win any fight over there. So I will just run back to the city when I'm going to find somebody. And hopefully the guard are going to help me kill them. You can just go and follow this guy if you just right click on the portrait here. You can speed up the time if needed. You've got also a few stands when you are fighting. Let's just aim for this area. So you can block, and you will all the time block your attack enemy. You will take a bit of damage, but if you get good enough, it will allow you to have a perfect defense. When you are blocking, your defense is going to be up by 20 points, so it's pretty powerful. And at the beginning of the game, it's a very handy feature to use. Then you've got passive. If you don't want your guy to be involved, let's say you've got a team of 10 people and 5 of them are fighter, you can just put the 5 which are not in passive mode, so they are not going to fight your enemies. Do we have enemies around? Not so much, but I should find some. Let's go that way. Then ranged, if you've got turrets, because I believe there is no weapon you can just bring with you like crossbow or bow, which are in the game yet, but at some point I believe we'll get some. And there is taunt if you want your toughest soldier to take the aggro. And you can also sneak. Oh, look at that. What are these guys? Let's just pause the game. There is an active pause, which is one of my favorite features on this kind of game. Who's attacking who? Nobody seems to be attacking. These guys are just traveler. So I'm going to just... You can just right click and you can follow them, or maybe protect them, or attack unprovoked. So I'm not going to do that. I'll just follow him for a sec. Unfortunately there is no bandit around, but it would have been cool to have some. So I could just show you a fight in the safety of this guy's protection. And when you follow, you are just going to go at the right speed and stuff, and it will be part of the caravan here, like that. And as you may see, they've got a very good array of weapons here. Let's see. These guys, they mostly have armors, but if you just take a look at the shredder, which is just in front of us, it's got the cap and regular clothes. And we've got pretty tough weapons here. So ringed blade with huge blades. And we've got a little beast to carry this stuff around. We cannot use these guys yet, but maybe at some point we will. Because it's a very important thing to handle your weight, because everything you carry is going to slow you down. And if you are too slow, you may get in trouble, because enemies are always going in groups, and most of the time there is always more enemies than you have people at the beginning, at least. And in the beginning you cannot hope to win a fight when you are going to be outnumbered. It's taking quite a lot of time and training to be able to do so. Okay, so we are changing area. It should maybe give us a few targets. Except I'm the target, but let's not worry about that. So, do we have enemies around? Let's just go with a view which is going to be a bit further. And I'm going to go on one of these dunes here. And we're going to speed up the time a bit. So I will be able to see if there is any enemy around. Okay, so there is a few things I did not speak about. You've got medic ability, so if you are hurt, you've got 2 layers of life. Kind of, maybe 3. So there is the first layer, which is telling you that you are alright. Then there is a second layer, which you can bandage, and which will be stop decreasing. And if you get it again on this round, you can just lose it, and you will need to recover in a bed to be able to survive. Maybe not to survive, but to use your limbs as before. So, because when you are going to be hurt in the leg, you are going to just slow down a lot. And if you are not able to use both your arm, you won't be able to fight. And this is a game which is just really having a lot of details. Let's just speed up a bit the time. So let's try to find somebody. I should maybe check, because I don't know how much range I'm seeing. Why not like in this? Just go that way. Oh, here we go. Who are these guys? Bandits. Okay, so we're going to get slaughtered. I did not notice these guys at first, but these guys are not very strong. These are maybe the weakest enemies, but look at the number of these guys, and they have very different armor. As a matter of fact, they don't have any armor. So let's see. Can I just talk to them? They're probably going to attack me. They should have some boss, some chief around. Maybe they don't, but most of the time they've got one guy which is just stronger than the others. So you see, they are following the leader. So the leader should be at the front somewhere. Hopefully. Come on. Where's the leader? Okay, let's just try to talk to them. I will see. And these guys are not enemies yet, because we do not have a bad reputation with these guys. But let's talk to them. Oh, okay, so now they're attacking me. And this new effect on the character is kind of cool. I like it. Anyway, we are going to get killed, so I'm just going to block a bit and we'll see what's going to happen. Because these guys, they are not that strong, but they are probably stronger than I do. In number, at least. So you see, I'm in a blocking stance here, and I'm not taking so much damage. I do still, because there are just too many. But if I was to go into the regular attack mode, which would balance the way I'm dealing with attacks and blocking, I would attack them, of course, but I would also take a lot more hits. Okay. Okay, not that bad. I'm still going to get down, but... And what you need to know is, if you do not, as a game not to do so, enemies are going to loot your stuff, and maybe if you're not lucky they could just kill you. But most of the time they're not going to achieve you, they're going to let you die on the ground, and if you recover and you go on your journey without the things they've been grabbing in your inventory. Alright, I'm down. And they are looting me, so what do they take? They're going to be using it, so we'll probably sit on their character here. Okay, they got my art. Come on guys, not nice. They got it all. Okay, so I'm just basically naked in the desert. And who are these guys coming here? More hungry bandits. I don't know if they're going to fight together, but I don't think so. Anyway, this is time where we're going to switch to my other save, because we are at the weakest point we can get. Except if we were to maybe get captured and put in cage. But let's just load. I really like this new art got for the loading and for the main title screen. See, I was speaking about these guys earlier, and this is what's going to get done when we'll get these guys. So you can use these to pretend you are from the faction and get good reputation, but they can be able to notice it. So we still need to be careful. Okay, so here we are. This is my base, and it's pretty huge. It's been taking a lot of time to build it, and I've got my huge team. It's not that huge. I'm pretty sure there is many people which have much more people in their team, but I like to keep it small, so I can just maybe kind of remember the name and not have to search for them all the time. So we are not that far from the place I've been dying. We are around Brink, which is just over there, and we've been dying somewhere around here. And I could have just established my base anywhere on the map. If it's flat enough, you can just put your base on it. Even if it's not really flat, you see, it's just a little hill, so anything is possible. And this is one of the things I really like. You can just begin with nothing at the beginning, and you just grow your strengths slowly and carefully until you manage to reach some kind of level at which you are going to be at ease enough to begin to build stuff and keep going. And maybe after some time you can just begin to be a strength which is going to be counting. Anyway, so as you can see, there is plenty of things in this little base, and we can see there is extractors here which are going to allow you to get stone. I should have some iron extractor as well. I'm not really lucky here, because you are not supposed to be finding, I think, areas which are going to be rich in any resource, but I've been doing that before the update, which was just establishing that not everything could just be done in a single place. So if I just go, I think I can maybe take a guy and prospect. So let's go with, I think my scientist was, where is he? Jared. And if I go with the prospect ability, I can see that this area is crap, kind of, except for the stone. And that's pretty much all. So you see, just good for the stone, but I don't know if it's affecting my base. I should have checked. Seems to be, no, it's pretty efficient. Look at that. So this thing where I built before the bleeding is working pretty well. Anyway, so in a regular game, you would probably have to maybe build 2 bases, so you can just harvest the stone somewhere and the iron somewhere else, and it will make you make some kind of caravans to bring the iron and the stone to the same place and stuff like that. It's very interesting. I really like it. And then when you've got your stone or your iron, you can use the stone to make building materials, which are going to allow you to make buildings and to make headquarters like these, or anything you can do with this. Or you can just make wind generator like this one to allow you to power stuff like these. And then when you are having enough energy and resource, you can begin to craft stuff. There may be a few bugs because there are things in my base which are just maybe a bit old. So these things, I did not manage to remove these because it was from a very, very old save. Anyway, so when you are going to be able to build this kind of machine, you will be able to queue weapons, and you can make weapons of very diverse level of quality. And as you are going to go through this thing, you can just see there is cutting damage, blunt damage, blood loss and stuff, and all these weapons are going to have different numbers and value, and you can trade your weapons. If you are a very good smith, you can just make it so that you are going to be making the best sword, and you are going to go to the city and sell this for a lot of money. You can make armor and stuff, and there is a lot of things, in craft. See, just this little panel is for weapons. And maybe I miss a few. Let's check. So I can still discover weapon smelting here, which is going to allow me to melt down old metal. Oh, this is very handy. So when you are going to fight enemies, you can just recover their weapons. And before that, you were just not really gathering these because most of them were crap, but now you can just melt them. So it's interesting because it's going to give you a bit of iron for this. And if you do not have a base which is able to mine iron, it could be very interesting to maybe to gather the sword and just melt them and make much better sword with it. Yeah, very cool. So let's keep going. I was searching into the tech tree, and we've got also chainmails that you can do, leather vest, and okay, pretty cool. And so if we were to check, let's say the armor, so this one is a heavy armor smith bench. You can see there's different kind of weapon you can make. You can make mercenary plates, again, these are helmets. I've got plenty of little things you can make, which are going to allow. What am I getting? No, it's not what I'm looking for. So leather armor as well. Okay, maybe I'm lacking a few blueprints in the heavy armor category here. And because there is a few bench, oh, nobody's in there. I need to ask one of my guys to go in there. Unless there is a fight. No, seems to be alright. Nobody seems to be in fighting. So let's just ask my guy to get in. So we can see a few more bench. He was training on lockpick. It's an important skill to have because when you are going to be made prisoner by, I don't know, cannibals or the police or anybody, you can try to lockpick your cage to escape. And this is not a skill which is just improving so fast. So it's important to do it a bit. Anyway, so I was going around, and you've got different bench here. You can also, let's see, there is clothing bench here, a chain armor crafting bench, a chain sheet fabrication bench. So this one is going to allow you to make sheets of chainmail to use into the chain armor crafting bench and stuff. There is a lot of stage of production, so it's important to have your character level up enough in different specialties, so you can just try to make it properly. Okay, do not have any power. I will need to take a look into that. Alright, anyway, so let's advance. Then we've got plate beating station here to make the plate for your armor. It's very, very deep. And the rest you can see there is storage for plates, there is storage for plenty of things. Everything pretty much got its own storage. And as we're speaking of it, I probably should show you the building and UI. So let's go. I've got a little, it's just over there. Building stuff, build stuff. Okay, pretty cool. And when you go into building, you can just craft many things. You've got house like these, you can go with large house, small shack at the beginning when you've got no money, outpost, big outpost like this one, like this one, or bigger, even bigger, like the one I've got here. I've got saloons, all the crafting all the crafting bench you can just acquire. So there is kind of a lot. And then we've got defense, you can make turrets. What have I done? I'm doing something very, very bad. Are we alright? I hope so. Anyway, just go back to undo. I did something very, very wrong, I think. I hope I'm not going to crash the game. Okay, so we are back. It was my mistake. Let's slow down the game completely, so we are not going to be in trouble. Okay, as I was saying, it's still a game which is on early access, so it's not finished. So defense, I was looking at defense. There is harpoon turrets, mountain crossbow, and plenty of stuff you can just put on the walls or on the ground if you want to make some kind of barrage to protect your town. You've got a lot of different farming stuff, like cooking stove, low storage, crane slow, a lot of these things. So well to allow your stuff to grow, even though we are in the desert. It will probably be more interesting to make farms into other biomes than the desert. We'll see. Maybe it will even be impossible to make these in there. A bit further on the way. We've got things you can just put into the interior of your buildings, like training turrets, dummy, cage, beds and stuff. Lights to make your city a bit more lively. Mining stuff. There is plenty of things. You can make a town which is going to be very, very detailed and very interesting. We've got research bench, different kind of the more advanced one than the little one. Different kind of walls as well, with gates and all and ramps and stuff. So plenty of things you can build. And I think I've been going through a lot of things, except for not being seeing so much fighting. So I'm going to take my whole team and we're going to go and search for a fight. So let's get them all. Come on. Okay, just do it that way. I need them all. Come on, guys. I'm just lacking one guy. Try it here, and we'll be good. And you can assign them job with control and click on something. You can just ask them to do and do something all the time. I'm going to remove all their job because they are going to collide with what we want to do here. Maybe there is a way to do it a bit more easily, but right now I don't remember, so let's just do it that way, by removing each of their job now. Alright. Okay, so maybe it was shift and right click and control, as it is written. And no engineering staff. Okay, so I've got my whole team. And little detail, when you are just not selecting somebody, it's now in black. It was just in white without the little things on the side. But now it is just in... Oh, come on, this guy has so much stuff on him, he cannot run. So you know what, we're going to make a brief stop and get this thing on the base. Oh, look at that, we've got an enemy which is coming here. So this is a dog. It seems strange that there is only one. But it's going to attack my guy here, which is going to go into fighting stance, attack target here. And he should not be in trouble. But maybe I should just call the rest of my team. Here they come, they are going to protect him. Okay, it's down. It was very, very weak. We are in an area in which there is quite a lot of enemies coming here. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to ask Benji to go and drop a few things. Or maybe I could just share with my friends and we can go for a little bit of trading. Okay, let's see. Let's loot him. So he's got plenty of raw iron. No, I cannot keep this with us. So let's just go and grab Benji back here so we can just drop the iron in the storage. I cannot keep this with me, it's just too heavy. It will just slow down everybody. Maybe we should just check Sen and our friend. Okay, I got a few of the people which are probably too slow. I don't know what they are carrying, but barrels, not a good idea. More barrels and even more barrels. Okay, guys, let's go back to the wells. Oh, we are getting attacked by a little death bandit. Seems strange that he's alone. No, he's not alone. We've got company here. So let's just grab my whole team like that and go with an attack all target. So they're going to go for a fight, all of them, and I'm going to slow down the time so we can just actually see them fighting. It's not going to be very long because these guys are just a bit higher than the hungry bandits we've been seeing. They can be dangerous though, but my team is pretty well trained, so they're going to dispose of them pretty fast. Alright. So you may have seen that my guys are just having backpacks, all of them. And the issue with backpacks is that they are going to reduce your ability to fight by a bit. So -10 is because of the backpack, yeah. Okay, so let's just come here and drop all these things. So we are going to be in a better fighting stance. Okay, so now he's fast again. Yes, pretty good. And Slick here is wearing what? Okay, he's carrying barrel with him. I could go with a bit of magic stuff because I think I've got a few people which are just hurt. Look at that. Jared has his left arm hurt, but we do have a few standard first aid kit, so we are alright. And I really need to remove all the heavy stuff I've got on my team. Let's go quickly towards these wells. I could just drop it though. Let's drop it, it's going to be a lot easier. So let's take a look at the slowest guy on my team. Can I still drop it? Seems strange. Okay, just drop it in there. Loot. And I cannot do that. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to take this fastest team. If they are just going down, I'm just going not to take them. So let's go with these guys, and I'm going to let the other one behind. Oh, look at that. We've got a few bandits, plus we've got bone people here. Okay, interesting. So we're going to go for a fight here. It's not that far, so it's just all good for us. Oh, are we getting attacked here? Yeah, there is a little bandit which is just over there. I'm going to ignore him, so we can just go and fight a bit more over there. And, oh come on, just go for it. And so here we are, let's go and fight these guys. And at that point, the fights are pretty easy, but when you begin the game, the fight can be really intense because your character is not going to be powerful enough to deal with all the fights. So if you are going for a fight which is going to be, you know, pretty short, if your guys are just approximately of the same strength or your enemy, you can just switch from blocking and stuff to make it. And sometimes it's not going to work. I got one other guy which is back on his feet. Oh, it's the Dust Bandit boss, and as you may see there is a bounty on his head, so if you bring him back to the police you are going to collect it. Well, because you can, I did not show you that, but you can pick up buddies, so if you want to carry somebody, it's definitely possible. So if one of your guys is... come on, just pick him up. So if one of the guys is just down because he has been just hurt or something like that, you can just put him on your shoulder and bring him back home. So you don't need to abandon people behind you. You can just mend them and bring them with you. Anyway guys, I think I've been showing quite a lot of stuff in there. I hope for a little overview it's going to be complete enough. And as I was saying, it's still an early access game, so there is so many possibilities in there, and it is not even finished. So I still hope that we'll see many other features which are going to be in the game. So folks, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please leave a like, a comment or subscribe, and until next time guys, have fun!